All right. All right. All right. Oh shit. I can't say three all rights in a row. That may be copyright and trademark. Tisa Black. First one in the building. Jasmine, what's happening? Good afternoon. Y'all come on in. Y'all come on in and make yourself at home. Georgiana, good afternoon. And hey, Tracy, what's good? What's good? Hey, Kaz, yes, it has been a minute. I have been traveling. Is it Marsha Tomlinson or Marcia? I'm going to go with Marcia. I could be wrong. What's up, Joe Leonard? But I've been traveling. April has started back to work, ladies and gentlemen. So that's always super exciting. Hola, Terrell Pryor. Imani, what's good? Hola, ¿cómo estás? Elizabeth, good afternoon. Kenyatta, hey there. Yeah, what's good, Jackie? It's exciting because April is now working again. And I get to be home uninterrupted. And as much as I enjoy having April on camera with me, which is always necessary, there's also the part of me that likes being in the house kind of by myself a little bit. Although Gerald was good. Although Ross is here because he had testing today at school and then they let them out early after testing. What up, Gloria? New Jersey's in the building. What's good, Marsha Carter? And so now he's here with me, but at the same time, no April. So, no, Gerald, listen, we all love April. We all love April. April is hands down. She's wonderful, but she also can be a lot. Yes, I said it. She can be a lot. Is it Loki or Loke? Aloha. Are you in Hawaii? Which island? Stacy was good. What part of Florida? Clinton, Maryland. What's up, Tiffany? April is at work. Ivy Brown. Ohio is in the building. What's up, Rob? Yeah. Point being, y'all got me for right now because I have a minute. I have a little bit of a window. So I was like, let me log in and check in to make sure everybody's good. Lynn Trail, hello. Is it Fumi or Fumai? I'm going to go with Fumi. I had some coffee that went cold on me. Since I was here, I had to come bring Ross to the house. I figured I'd stop and grab lunch. Carol Huggins Esquila. That's a tricky last name. Esquiling? E. I'm going to just go with E. Val, what's good? Tallahassee, Florida in the building. So what y'all want to get in today? Here's how we're going to do this. Okay, Fumi, the first one. I eventually get it right. Patricia, I'm giving you a shout out now, okay? Listen, people come on and it's hilarious. People get upset when they don't get a shout out. I cannot read all of the comments. They scroll so fast on the screen when there's 100, 200, 300, and God knows when we get up to 1,000 people, it just moves really quickly. So, folks, don't get upset if you don't get a shout out. I don't ignore anybody, but I just can't get to everybody. You know, it's like being the only dude at a party full of women. It's like, look, I can't get to everybody, ladies, so calm down. Is it Mimi or Meme? I'm going to go with Mimi Sledge. And Angela comes in and says hello to the whole family, as does Nidra. But what y'all want to talk about today? So y'all got Royale solo flying this machine. Whatever y'all want to discuss, if anybody has any relationship questions, if y'all want solo Royale answers with no interruption. See, here's what you get. You don't understand. You get the full unplugged Royale, straight no chaser without April interfering. So you get man conversation today, ladies. So what y'all want to know? What y'all want to know? What's good, Jakari? Melinda, welcome to the conversation. And Nika, hey, how are you? Got daggone regular phone answering. What up, Terrence? Michelle, this work is what's happening. Is a show in the making. Ivy Brown, for now, this is the show. A show April and I are always developing, trying to figure out. Nikki, April is wonderful. She's at work. Can relationships survive after infidelity? So I want to get to, hold on. I want to make sure I'm addressing a few things. Is a show in the works first. April and I had a show that was shopping with a production company that I wasn't happy with. So I'm letting that deal expire before I jump into a new deal with somebody that I'm way more excited about. So we're kind of in this weird in-between stage of dealing with production companies. But yes, we're in the process of developing a show that hopefully we can get going at the top of next year, at least to take out and sell. But I'm way more excited about the stuff that we're building here and some of the stuff that we're going to be doing very soon, this coffee and conversations thing. I keep trying to do big things, and April's like, just do this, just. You know, I don't know what her problem is, but we'll get to that. But yes, we are in the process of putting together a show and taking a new show out after I can get out of this deal that I'm in with this production company that's not quite working for me. First, I want to answer the question. What's up, Dr. Renee? The first question, which was Shanice asking, can a relationship survive after infidelity? I think so. I think it really is a matter of two things. I think it comes down to the person, the infidels. Is that correct? The person who is responsible for the infidelity, would that be the infidel, whether they male or female? The infidel, their willingness to be open to having a conversation about what drove them to a place where they felt like they needed to pursue something outside of the relationship. Pretty simple, right? I think that's the conversation that needs to be had. It's like, okay, you felt like you needed to do something different, what in this relationship is driving you to a place where you feel like you need to go outside of the relationship to be satisfied sexually, psychologically, emotionally? That's the conversation. And so to that person's willingness to be honest and completely transparent in their answer, I think you then can get to a place where you can figure out whether you want to continue to pursue the relationship and whether the relationship has an opportunity to now reflourish with this new information that's being provided. I think that's the real challenge is getting people to be transparent in these relationships to say, look, this is what I like. This is what I don't like. I need to have sex with 3 people on Thursday and then 4 people on Friday. And then at least having your lover, your significant other, the person that you're trying to build something with in a space where they can honestly respond to what your needs and desires are sexually. Okay. So Jasmine, your question was, what's my stance on being romanced? By April, I don't mind being romanced. It really boils down to any particular person's taste. I know sometimes April can be a little romantic. She's not super duper romantic these days for whatever reason. I think she's a lot consumed with work and trying to get the house together, and she wants Royce to come home to visit and these things. But she can be romantic when she wants to be. I tend to be more romantic. I tend to bring her flowers. I try to have a bubble bath, a bubble bath waiting for her when she gets home. But I don't mind being romanced. I don't see a problem with that. I don't, who doesn't want to be romanced? Joe Leonard, dating over 50. How you meet besides online? Get out, go to events. I mean, it's the online is the newer version of these things. The first version was getting out, meeting people, going to events, bumping into, saying hello, introducing yourself. So often women don't like to introduce themselves. They don't like to see this idea of them pursuing a man does not appeal to them. But at the very least, you could say, hello, my name is. So yeah, you got to get out, go to things. Yeah, Van Lowry, free house, no wife, bro. After being married so long, is it hard for the intimacy to stay? Hey, HRU and the fam. How are you and the fam? We're doing great. And after being married, is it hard for the intimacy to stay? The intimacy, I don't find that to be a problem at all, because I'm very vocal about what my needs are. I'm very clear with April when, hold on for a second. If I have a desire to be romantical, I'm very clear about that with April's like, yo, this is what I want to do. I'm good with being the aggressor. So, and I'm also very playful. April and I both are very playful. I think we've created an environment, a romantic space where you can come and you could play and you could be silly and sexual and all of that stuff. So the time doesn't really matter. I think the time is created, giving us a space and a history where we can fall into something that's even more comfortable because there's trust based on the history. But yeah, I mean, you just gotta be open and vocal about it. At least be willing to pursue what your desires are. Any advice for dating again after ending a 7-year relationship, Patrice? Yes, get out there. Get out there and meet people. If your desire is to build something significant with somebody that you vibe with, that you feel good about, the only way that's going to happen is if you get out there and make yourself available to the opportunity. Because that's all it is. It's new opportunities to meet new people, to screen them, to kind of kick the tires a little bit. If you had a car that was run down and that car was no more good to you and you had to take and sell it or take it to the junkyard and you needed a new ride, what are you going to do? You're going to go to some new car dealerships and test drive some cars and ask about the pricing and the plans and all of these things. And so that's no different from being in a relationship ending and having to get out there and look for a new opportunity or a new relationship. Get out there, go to some man dealerships and kick the tires and ask about the pricing and test drive a few cars. That was pretty easy. Demetra, I'm ready to see me on the big screen too. So trust me, I'm getting ready to have a meeting with a manager tomorrow. And we're going to see if me and that manager can hit it off and get some things cracking, as they say. Yeah, Terrence, the stand-up comedy is how I make a living, brother. Gina, we here, but April's at work, so my apologies, but she got to make a living too. Boston in the house. What up, Boston? I think I may be in Boston in a few weeks with Mike Epps. What up, Yasmin? Trying to make sure I see some of y'all's questions and respond to as many as I can. Lovely. Louisa, thank you so much for the prayers. How do you date after 45? It's like they so busy trying to keep up with the younger generations, like the dudes you damn near 50. Well, Michelle, I think that's just a matter of taste. You know what I mean? It's like if something doesn't work for you, just keep it moving. There's a lot of dudes out there that are really confused about, what they're putting out into the universe and what they're chasing and what their image and perception is, because they don't know who they are. So you just got to keep it moving if something doesn't work for you. Michelle Green, we miss you too. We're here though. And whether April's here or not, I'm going to continue to make sure I go live so we can continue the conversation. Teresa Carter, you can always go and watch. Here's the thing. We have a lot of videos between the YouTube page, which are some of the more older archive videos, and the Facebook page, which how many of you have gone and clicked on the videos button on our Facebook page? Have you clicked on it to go and look at some of the older videos, which are, to me, some of the more interesting ones? Go check out some of those if you need to catch up. T. Noble said, if my husband cheats, I'm out. Okay. Flop, what's good, bro? Jamie Lawson, things to do or keep up in a maturing relationship, premarital advice to keep things blooming and spicy. I mean, just have fun, have fun, get out of the house, plan things, and then be spontaneous at the same time. Go out, travel, ride a bike, go for a walk, right? Do yoga together. Have a conversation, have a real conversation. Get to know the person that you're building something with. Like, ask real questions, but allow that person to be themselves. Stop trying to mold a man into something that you need him to be, and allow him to be everything that he's going to be and appreciate that. So that's my advice. If you want to keep it spicy, you might want to ask me that. I'll tell you to do some crazy shit. Guys, get out on a date. There's people out there. Meet somebody. Hang a scrunchie on your door or something. Whatever that means. I don't know. Val, what are you talking about? You do all that and you still single. That's because you choose to be single right now. Thank you, Sharonda. Exactly, Kaz. Hi, my name is Kaz. Exactly. That's how it all begins. Yolanda, listen, if you can't wait to get off work and go home, then do it now. Don't wait. You the boss of you. Say Ashley said her and her husband flirt all the time. Yeah, you got to be in a space where you can have fun. Sabine Pierre. Is it Sabine Pierre? So April, we've talked about this before. April's discussed it. I am April's second marriage. April is my first. So there you have that. April was married with a young son when we met and started dating. So, and I was single and out there mingling a lot. Kimberly Collins, I'm praying for you. Hope you push beyond the challenge that you're going through right now. Dating after divorce. Yeah, you just got to get back out there. What's up, Sydney McCurdy? Sydney, you know what it is. Get your behind out there and do what you do with your yellow behind. This is the best advice if someone is not patient when you're trying to explain yourself. Oh, Chris Jackson, brother. It is very interesting. First of all, Chris, I think it depends on what you're trying to explain, right? I think so often men put themselves in situations, and I'm only saying this based on my own history, having been guilty of this. Men put themselves in situations where women are now challenged with whether they can trust men in the relationship moving forward. And women don't have the patience because they think the answer that's coming or the explanation that's coming, they've already registered it as bullshit, right? So you've broken the trust once, she's forgiven you, come back, bro. And I'm not saying this is the case with you. I'm only talking about some of my own history. Break the trust again, come back. And now you want to explain yourself, but women are so fed up that they don't even have patience to hear whatever you are saying because it just doesn't work for them regardless, because they're still stuck in whatever the pain of the situation that you put them in is, right? And men, we're so needy in our desire to have them get past the pain that we put them in, right? That we just want them to go, let's move past that. And it doesn't work that way. Now, granted, in a best case scenario, a woman says, listen, I forgive you. She puts it in the past and allows the relationship to move forward, right? And tries to find some new version of happiness that she can live with, because the piece of pain that you created is always going to be there somewhere. You know what I mean? It's always going to be there somewhere. Now, your ability to continue to navigate her as far away from that as possible by doing healthy, happier things with her is going to be the best you can do. But you got to let women find their way through the pain in their own time. And again, I'm not saying that's specifically the case with you because I don't know. But I do know that sometimes women just aren't patient with men who are trying to explain themselves if it's based on some pain that's attached to the explanation. I hope that helps. It should sound good to me. Yeah, Yolanda, sometimes the screening takes a long time. It's not about the lying. I think people misrepresent themselves. People send a representative rather than their authentic self. And that's a conversation we've had before as well. I don't know why we live in a society where men and women feel compelled to send their representative as opposed to, is it as opposed to or opposed to? I always struggle with that. Any English teachers? As opposed to their authentic self. All right. And so, there's a difference between a woman getting dolled up, right? She's got a weave in, she's got eyelashes on, she's got all of these enhancements to try to look a certain way to attract you, right? And then, once she gets comfortable, these things start to strip away. And so you ask yourself, is that an authentic representation of who this woman is when we first met versus the reality of who she is now that she's gotten comfortable? So conversely, men do the same thing. Now, we don't put on the eyelashes and do all of these things that women do, but I know that men oftentimes inflate how much they make. They'll pull up in a car that doesn't belong to them. It's rented. They'll have this inflated sense of ego. It's just all a misrepresentation of who they are because they want to be in something. And so they're trying to present themselves a certain way to get it. And then what happens is over the course of time, you can't maintain these things long term. And they start to wear you out trying to maintain them. And so then the layers get stripped away. And then you start to absolutely get to who this person actually is. So your job, ladies and gentlemen, when you meet someone is to do the work necessary to do two things for you to get to who that authentic person is or who that person's authentic self is, or to put them in a situation where they feel compelled to just naturally drop their guard and be. It's like being able to fart around somebody. I hate even the word fart is gross to me, but just being so comfortable is like, yo, this is who I am, So I hope that helps. Donna Page Burns, it's your first time. Welcome. My name is Royale Watkins. I'm going to introduce myself. My wife, April Watkins, who is not here today because she's at work, do a relationship podcast or whatever you want to call this platform. We have a relationship platform called After I Do. So typically we are here together talking about relationship issues, answering questions, sharing snippets of our journey. If you go on our page and you look at the videos, you can check out some of our older videos. But it's usually me and the old buzzard of a wife here speaking on stuff together, with her getting slightly upset about stuff that rubs her the wrong way, dealing with me. And being in my ways. And yes, I am a comedian. I'm also an actor, writer, producer, and director. So if I look slightly familiar, maybe that may be it. And if I hit on you and I look familiar in that way, please do not share that on this. No, I'm kidding. I ain't hitting on nobody. So where's the man dealership? Listen, what up, Tripster? I'm sure they're going to have some out there eventually. Teresa Carter, what up? Tracy Langlos, is it Langlos? Welcome back. Am I coming to Northern Cali? Cherie, I'm not sure. I'm out doing dates right now with Mike Epps. And I have to look at the tour schedule. Some of the dates I'm on stage, some of the dates I'm not. I'm trying to help him get ready for a new special. And then I'm working on getting back out on the road full-time myself. I have some people asking me to put some comedy programming together. I'm working on something now for CIAA, which some folks should get very excited about. So that's that. I will be back out on the road, though. Sydney, we could talk about that offline, sweetie, if you're still watching. Yes, I want to see me in a movie soon as well, Joe Leonard. So thank you so much for that. Mr. Den, he's pretty clean, but he says his pants. Zebby, I don't understand that. Okay, so it's this guy who seems to be interested in me. He's pretty clean, but he says his pants at 49. I don't know what that means. Jesus. Trina, welcome to it, sweetie. Any energy you need, hopefully we can provide as a family here together. Everybody that's on the feed. Kaz, you said I'm 48. The 30-year-olds chase, not the older ones. All right, well, give a 30-year-old a shot, Kaz, if that's what it is. I mean, what you looking for though? You know what I mean? Some people it's getting to be cuffing season. It's about that time of the year where you gotta get you a cuddle buddy on speed dial. Is that a real thing? I can't even remember. Let me get my seating correct. I guess it is a real thing. You know what I mean? When it starts to get a little cold and on the East Coast and you want something. I'm sorry, trying to adjust this damn camera without screwing it up, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody to hang out with and sip some hot cocoa with and spoon with. I guess cuffing season is a real thing. So I don't have to tell y'all. Y'all know how to the ladies know how to get a cuddle buddy or somebody to hang in there with them if they really want it. Is it Rakaya? Rakaya said you turn 40 and your husband is 47 and he hates the music that you... Do people still play music when they're being intimate? I didn't know that was still a thing. So Chris Jackson, what advice can you give when you deal with a controlling behavior? I don't know. You have to give me more information on that, bro. With a wife or girlfriend, or I need more information. Yeah, for some people, infidelities. For some people, cheating can be a deal breaker. I think I've seen more often than not in a lot of relationships, the infidelity is no longer a deal breaker. It's just where our society is. All right, let me see if I can get caught up on some of this stuff. I'm sorry, y'all. How do you and April handle overly flirtatious women? How do we handle overly flirtatious women, Gerald? With who? Who are these women being flirtatious with? North Carolina vibe. You do all that. Still single, baby. You doing too much. Okay, I apologize because the scroll is moving way faster than I can manage without April here. But I'm trying to get to as many questions as I can. Carlicia said, my husband and I do staycations. Sometimes you just need a change in environment. Go mess up somebody else's sheets. Carlicia, I am absolutely with that. Find a cheap hotel, go on. There's an app called Hotels Tonight or Priceline or whatever. Find something with a pool or a spa. Save up a couple of dollars. You know what I mean? Like, get your little change thing on the side of the bed. And whenever you have change or a dollar, throw it in that little change bucket and save up enough money so that maybe every 2 months, every 3 months, at least 3 or 4 times a year, you can do a staycation, go get you a nice hotel room somewhere close. Even if it's a nice hour drive away, sometimes that seems to make all the difference in the world. So see if that helps. April Coleman, I'm with you. Yes, sometimes you just have to go on a date. Never, when you get married, do not stop dating. It is absolutely one of the X factors. Tiffany Fisher, tell your coworker that I said what's happening. What's your coworker's name, Tiffany? Tell her to go check out some of the videos in the archives for this Facebook After I Do page, because there's a lot of good stuff there. What I find, I go back and watch some of the older videos because I'm trying to put titles and everything on a lot of this stuff. What I find is that for the most part, April and I seem to start off kind of slow because we're waiting for people to come in the room. Hey, Ross. Hey, everybody, it's Ross. You come say hello. Hello. This is my big guy right here. This is the biggest youngest. I actually think Ross, who's the youngest son, is going to be the biggest son, and I'm already in the biggest. All right, well, watch your tone, champ. These kids, boy, they get a certain size, and they think they could talk to you any kind of way. So yeah, I thought I was going to have the house to myself. This cat got out of school early, so what are you going to do? But it's always good to have Ross around. Maybe I'll have him co-host a show with me this week or next week. That'd be pretty exciting. Mr. 2 Slices of Pizza. Can you stop narrating everything I do? I can. Do you have a problem with it? Yeah. Okay. This is going to be your problem, not mine. April says to do when she speaks, I can relate like a best friend. I appreciate you both. Hey, Sharice Wilson, I appreciate that. April absolutely has her authentic voice, which I was not completely aware of at first. But as I was saying, I watched the archive videos. I'm trying to put labels and tags on everything, and I'm more aware that our shows start out a little slow. But then once everybody gets in and the conversation becomes a little bit more robust, the points of view become way more defined, and I find that there's some really healthy information that's being shared. And most of it is being shared by April because she has such a sharp point of view based on some of the very specific things that has been a part of her journey as a wife, a mother, a single child, a child in a mixed family, meaning she has other siblings, but she's her mom's only child, being raised by her grandparents. So, a lot of good information if you go back and watch the older videos. Rakaya, we love you back. T Noble, welcome back. Been married for almost 23 years. Do you have to keep a marriage spicy and not be a prude? Do something besides missionary. Hey, Carlisha, you about to say that twice because there's way more out there than missionary. 10 years of my boyfriend. He hasn't asked the question. Now I'm not so sure if I believe that he is my husband. What should I do? Woo, 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 woo. And here we go. Santiaria? I think that's how you pronounce it. It's always, I wish I had April here to answer that question. Elan, I'm going to try to get to your question, but I want to address this young lady's question about being in a relationship with someone for a prolonged period of time, and that person does not pop the question. I think in our society, we're so conditioned to think that men are supposed to drive that conversation, and women. Ross, what are you doing? Knock it off. Women don't feel compelled to open the dialogue up to say, what are we doing? It's a simple question. I think even after 3 to 5 years, a woman should feel compelled to go, hey, look, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Do you guys live together? Or are you still living separately? Santiaria? What's the story there? Give me a little bit more information. Elan, the best advice on trying to keep the fire going through work, taking care of 2 young kids, and taking care of a sick parent. Yes, get a babysitter, get somebody to watch the kids, and you and your man step away on a Friday or Saturday night. Let your hair down and go and party. If you drink, have a shot. Find a hotel room and spend some time away from that environment. That's my advice. Tatiana, always watch what the fiance, if you can, share the information and use this as a springboard to start some dialogue about the things that are important to you. Okay. Jamie Lawson, thanks for responding. Please share some spicy tips. He's definitely a please. I hold back a bit. He's taking notice. I feel you keep some for later. It'll be a year in December the 3rd. A year? I mean, you have to do what you're comfortable with, Jamie. You have to, listen, what's spicy. If he's a pleaser, then what's wrong with you being a pleaser back? Right? Watch some videos, go on the internet, look some things up, go to spicy.com. I'm sure there's a website out there called spicy.com, and have an open mind. Have fun though, right? Be responsible, but be willing to play. That was one of the things that I enjoyed about my relationship with April, is that she had an open mind, was willing to play. And that made me so much more excited about trying to build something long term with her. And I think one of the reasons why 24 years later, we're still in something that is not as spicy as it used to be, but it certainly has a little bit of kick. See that? It ain't as spicy as it used to be, but every now and a while, still got a little bit of a kick. So have fun. That's it. At the end of the day, be in something that you both can be excited about. Keep them guessing. There's nothing like a man who's at work. Like if I get a text message, a flirt or something, it's like men want to be stimulated, right? And the moment men cease to be stimulated in one place, they're going to look for stimulation somewhere else. Write it down. You heard it here first or second, but write it down. How long should you date before you make it official? That's up to each individual person. You can't you got to do that based on what you're comfortable with. There's no specific time that anybody should tell you, oh yeah, after 6 months after. That's based on your feeling. You should continue to investigate and get as much information as you can while you're dating, so that when you do make it official, it's something that you can live with. It's different when women cheat. Men aren't as forgiving. Okay. Some men can't handle emotionally or psychologically the idea that another man has conquered, has been with their woman. Okay. So what are you going to do about it? Don't cheat. Simple. Everybody ain't built for that. As opposed, thank you, Sarah Delgado. As opposed, it was killing me on the inside. What up, Leonard Williams? Is it Leonard or Leonard? I'm going with Leonard. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think we had this conversation before, though. Lakeisha was good. What up, Jabir? Okay, hold on. Should I sew and weave? Rakai says, should I wear a sew and weave or my normal wig for my 2-year anniversary getaway with the husband? He said he doesn't care, but I'm not trying to take hair off at the end of the night. Hey, Rakai, you got to do what works best for you, because, you know, if you put that wig on, you give him something to pull off. That might be kind of interesting, too. So Santi Area, Carlicia, I think, is giving you some good advice. Listen to it, consider it, but at the end of the day, do what you feel good about. Kim Mosby Summers was good. Mary Baracco, if you told us all the problems that you had with your marriage, we wouldn't smack you in the face. We would just ask you to be wiser in your choices, right? All marriages, I think, go through some challenges at some point or another. I think it's our ability to consider these challenges against what we want for ourselves for the rest of the time that we're here on earth that really makes a difference. You have to weigh, oh my God, this boy done left the goddamn cabinet open. Yeah, I know that's my pet peeve. How come nobody didn't tell me that he left the cabinet open? Ross, can you please close the cabinet door, son? Thank you so much. No. This one back here. See that? Yeah, thank you. So yes, you have to weigh that against the rest of your journey, whether you want to continue to put up with bullshit or, you know, start fresh anew with somebody new. So Rakaya Tam is saying to go with the sew-in. Oh my God, I'm missing so many things. I'm so slow right now. How do you tell someone you're not interested after 3 dates? Sheena, you say, hey, this isn't working for me. I'm going to wish you the best and keep it moving. That's simple. I know y'all probably, okay. Let me see if I can get caught up. Mike is in Montgomery, Alabama on October the 20th. Is it Rishia or Rishia? More than likely I'll be there. Oh, are you coming to? Oh, he's at the Alabama Classic. Is that the show that Bruce is on? I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure I'll be there. Whether I'm performing or not, I'm not 100% sure. But I'm pretty sure I will be there if Mike is there. Yes, CIAA is in Charlotte. 49 waist. Okay, I got you now. What time? What's the person who is not understanding? What? Chris Jackson, please inbox me. I can't. This is a little bit too confusing for me, and the feed is moving slow, bro. Listen, if anybody wants advice from myself or April, the two of us together, you guys can always inbox us if I don't get to you here. I try my best to answer as many. Just wait for my son to close the cabinet door. People don't understand. Can't you get a job or something?
No.
To Nadine's point, though, Nadine, author, if you have the opportunity to build something with someone, focus on trying to build a friendship first, right? So many people jump this stage of trying to build a friendship because they want a significant other. So many women I find, oh my God, want to be married so fast. They want it to happen immediately. It's like, what is this desire to jump into a marriage without an understanding of who you're in a relationship with, of the desire to build a friendship first so that it has a foundation of something that can withstand the challenges of marriage. Hello? I think I need to say that again. What is this desire to jump into something so fast that turned it into a marriage without building a foundation of friendship so that the marriage has something to stand on when the challenges come along? Think about that for a second. Always, if you can build a friendship first, please, by all means, focus on the friendship. Let's see. Hey, Jerica. Is it Jerica? I'm going to go with Jerica. My man Stephen McMillan said, no music, just the sounds of a silverback gorilla going to work. I'm with you, bro. Damn, I'm going to skip a lot of stuff just so I could try to get with you in front of April. Gerald, to your point, we don't really have a issue with that because April has kind of addressed that on one of the feeds when we were flying to Las Vegas, the last trip to Vegas. I always get hit on by older white women for some reason. Older white women seem to feel the desire to hit on me. Even with April present, they don't give a damn, right? So when we were going to Vegas, this older white woman, I was sitting in the middle seat, April was sitting at the window, and this older white woman was sitting on the aisle seat. And she even told April, I'm going to need to hold his hand during the flight. And I was like, oh my God, lady, you're doing wait, and had so much conversation. But April at this point is like, April, it doesn't even, I'm not going to say it doesn't bother April. But for some reason, April is in a place now where it doesn't matter to her. I'll put it that way. So, and younger girls don't tend to flirt with me like that. But for some reason, older white women just seem to think that I am the business for them. Okay, so Carolyn Page said at her age, cheating is a deal breaker. Okay. So Candace, you said, how do you get the spark back once you stop dating? You just have to trust that the spark is there. So when you go back out on a date, you'll plug back into it. It's just like riding a bike. Infidelity is not a deal breaker anymore. It's not the same after the infidelity. Trust is hard to get back. Married 30 years and raising a daughter from his infidelity. Holy moly, Ann Wilkins. That's always a tough one when there's infidelity and out of the infidelity comes a child, because the child becomes a constant reminder of the infidelity, and nobody wants to deal with that. Nobody wants to deal with that. So I'm going to pose a really tough question to the ladies on this thread. I'm skipping ahead. Taking lunch out. Yeah, Ross is doing the most. Tell Ross to wash his hands going up in that fridge and grabbing stuff. Thank you, Monique. Like, Valerie, listen, I'll just let Ross do his thing. Pizza in the microwave is absolutely, nobody should be using a microwave in the first place, but pizza in the microwave? Oh, God. What's up, Sue Page? Okay, I'm skipping ahead. Oh, it says something went wrong with the video. What did you do? Nothing. The video's good on my end, Val. Okay, I'm skipping ahead. I'm sorry. Oh my God, I missed so many questions, y'all. I apologize. Jesus, I'm so far behind. I got to skip all the way up to get caught up. He just needs to understand we are now in an open relationship because of his choice. Okay, so Diane, I get that, right. But do you want to now position yourself to be in an open relationship because of the choice that a man made? Or do you want to get out of that relationship and go into something brand new that is complete with everything that you want in that relationship? Pretty simple. But here's my question to the ladies on this feed. So let's say your man goes outside of the relationship, has a relationship or has relations with another woman, and that woman gets pregnant. What do you do? Damn it, Amy Baker, I forgot to call you. You're right. What do you do? I don't know how you even process that because, Brittany, you say, I'm leaving, right? You leave him. So many women say that. So many women, another one, run. Nakia says bye. Tatiana says it's a deal breaker. But leave him and never come back. Okay, so many women say that, right? But then there are the women who stay in these relationships and because you are emotionally tied to somebody, and then there's a child involved, and you find yourself with this constant reminder of your man's infidelity, your husband's infidelity, the fact that he went outside a relationship and not only slept with someone, right, but got someone else pregnant. Right? If you married and you have a family already, so it's easy to say, oh, you leave, you get out, you run. But if you built a marriage and a family with someone that's 15 years, 20 years strong, it's not so easy to just run and get out. Tracy Cooper, that's what I'm saying. So the assumption is that the man did not use protection. That's another thing. So we'll jump to the conclusion or the assumption that if someone got pregnant, that the man was not being, or the two people weren't being sexually responsible, and that contraception or some form of protection wasn't used. Oh, now listen. So if I couldn't read these things before, Lord knows these comments are flying now. So I'm just trying to, again, open this thing up. So he didn't care enough about your spouse to wrap it up means no respect. He wasn't thinking about his family when he stepped out. Yeah, I hear all of that. But again, we're talking about somebody that you built a family with. If you got 2, 3, 4 kids with this man, what if he brought home AIDS along with that child? What if? God forbid. This is a hypothetical based on some of the information that's I'm reading on the scroll. Okay. See, this is the problem. When I try to go back, he had a baby when we were separated, and now he wants to get back, and I'm having a hard time with it. And we were married for 16 years. So that's from Sean Scott Hill. See, this is what's out there in the universe. Jerica Mitchell. Right. I hear your point as well. Wow. Somebody said don't. Oh shit. Excuse me. And so, okay, so let's go with the reverse. Let's go with the reverse. Biblically, I can divorce you. Let's just go with the reverse for a second. Y'all slow down. Let's say a woman, female, go out, right? And steps outside of the relationship because you was feeling unloved. You wasn't getting the attention you needed. You know, women do it all the time. Women do it all the time. They're not getting enough love from their husband. It's not there's some dude with muscles at the job that's got her kikiing at work and, you know, make her feel a certain way. And next thing you know, y'all in a hotel room on your lunch break or at some retreat, you know, and this dude got you bent over the damn couch like you ain't never been bent over a couch before. Your legs ain't never been back to your knees in the last eight years. And now all of a sudden you super excited and wide open because you getting this attention. And now guess what? Now you pregnant. Now you done miss your cycle. Hello? Talk to me. Come on, caller. Now talk to me. Now that you done miss your damn cycle, you like, uh-oh. And he used the condom. You actually gave him the condom. Put this on. Now what? Would you say, Brittany Smith, thank God I love hefty guys. Less room for slip-ups. Most guys want to be in shape now. Hilarious. Joe Leonard, you know what I'm talking about. A dude, Mr. Muscles, come in and give you that damn back adjustment you ain't had in a long time. Aaron, you said I would expect him to stay. Okay. All right. I would like to see the guy listen, I don't know a guy that's that strong. Oh, listen, trust me when I tell you, Santee area. Yes, I'm all in the reverse because I know it could happen both ways. And so often women get caught up in the version of it where the man cheats and gets another woman pregnant that they don't even consider the version where they cheat and get pregnant themselves. So Terrell Pryor, you said, look, you'll flirt, but you won't cross the line, right? I don't buy that shit from nobody, right? Any woman that will flirt has an opportunity and can get lured into crossing the line. So I ain't with that. If you'll flirt, you'll cross the line. Trust me. You just haven't found the right person to pull you yet. It's not worth it. I've been a cheater and been cheated on in the past. Yeah, it's a lot of responsibility that goes along with that. Cheaters are weak is Annette's analysis. Nana Granger, April is at work, sweetie. Hopefully you are. I'm not going to call anybody sweetie on this feed. I apologize. Nana, April is at work. Married people shouldn't be getting no adjustments from outside their marriage. Karen, listen, it's easier said than done. It's easier said, but so many people get into these relationships where they don't know the person and they're so quick. They want to get married. They want to build something. They want a lot of these, what do I call them? These accoutrements, these things that make life more comfortable. And so they jump in a relationship with somebody that can provide or help them go half on these things, whether it's a house, a nice car and all. And then you look up 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 years later, and you're in a marriage with somebody that has now told you, oh, I don't feel like having sex. I don't like having sex that much. Oh, my penis won't get erect that hard. It don't stay. And now you're like, what the fuck? What? Right? And now you blossom into something that at 35, 40 years old, sexually, you're way more aroused than you were, or at least way more educated and understanding and aroused than you were at 20 something. And you're like, yo, I need to get it. What you need to bring it. April and I get inbox messages from women all the time that are not sexually aroused or excited by their husbands. So it's a very real thing. And so now you have to think, for the rest of my life, the rest of my journey with this individual, I'm going to be sexually unsatisfied? How do you even manage that? How do you manage that for the rest of your... Kiva Hall, not just men, nobody handles getting cheated on well. Yes, T, cheaters are liars. Yes, that's like, okay, all of that is fundamentally true. Facts. I flirt but never tempted to cheat. I'm a one-woman man. I mean, a one-man woman. I'm sorry, Ava. So, see, exactly, April. So you see what I'm saying, April, for the rest of your life? I had a friend who was married and only consummated the marriage on the honeymoon. After 20 years of no sex, she divorced and got buck wild. 20 years of no sex? I can't even believe that. 20 years of no sex. Well, she was doing something with somebody. You telling me for 20 years she was having no sex whatsoever? I'm not with it. I'd have to, you got to have her explain that to me. Yeah, exactly. Yolanda, you see what I'm saying? T, everybody saying the same thing. 28 wet? No, absolutely not. It's unacceptable. We have a desire as human beings to be into something, to experience intimacy, love, and all of that. You know, no, 20 years? Absolutely not. And even toys ain't going to do the trick for 20 years. Yeah, Danielle, I'm saying the same thing. That don't sound true to me. Is flirting cheating? That's a good question. Is flirting cheating? I want to hear that from you all. I want responses from you all. Is flirting cheating? I have an opinion about it, but I want to hear from you all. Is flirting cheating? Kai Baby Horton, we're talking about cheating, infidelity, relationships, and all of that good stuff. Tawana, welcome to the conversation. Just pay attention to the thread and follow the dialogue. You'll be fine. We ain't nothing to get caught up on. You can always scroll back anyway. It's okay to say I'm out. My life is number one priority. April, I hear you, April Coleman. April, you very opinionated too, boy. You know what you want and what you don't want. So Muriel Coleman said, no, I don't believe flirting is cheating. If I mess around on a guy, that means I was already mentally checked out of the relationship. Gina Powell, you about to say that because I believe the same thing. No women strays from a relationship that they're invested in. Yeah, Brittany Smith said flirting is cheating. Denise said no, long as you keep it clean. Is there such thing as clean flirting? Tracy said it's disrespectful to your partner. Danielle says she smiles a lot, and that could come across as flirting. But it's the intent. You know when your smile is intended to try to get a rise or arousal out of somebody. So it really, to me, it's like, what's your intent? So Malika, you said that is an unacceptable behavior in a committed relationship. Yolanda said, yes, flirting is cheating. It's interesting. So most of you all feel very strongly that flirting is cheating. Now the question is it a deal breaker though? Flirting is not cheating if both parties doesn't take it any further. To me, flirting is more disrespectful than cheating. Derica, you said flirting is more disrespectful than actually cheating. I'm going to say you're wrong. That's crazy. If I flirt with a young lady, if I wave at her, wink at her, throw her some kisses, you think that's more disrespectful than me engaging in sex with her, being intimate with her? So, Kaz, I'm gonna respond. That's interesting to me, Kaz, what you're saying. She's like, I'm an outgoing and very personable person. Some people might mistake that for flirting. That's interesting because I think I'm very outgoing. I'm a performer. I'm an entertainer. I'm out a lot. I greet people, blah, blah, blah. I think the very same thing. I think the lines get crossed sometimes. People think there've definitely been women that thought I was flirting with them when I wasn't. But I do flirt. I will admit, April knows that I flirt. To me, it's just being playful. But that's me, and I don't see that as cheating. When I am exercise a certain behavior towards a person flirting. Okay, I get that too. Yes. So again, when you're flirting and the intent is to flirt and you're being that intent is connected to something specific, then that's a completely different thing from being open and outgoing and somebody misreading your body language or what your intent is. Flirting is a gateway act. There's such a thing as harmless flirting. It absolutely, again, this is a good point. Flirting is absolutely a gateway. It is a gateway to cheating. So then the question becomes, well, what's your intent? Because it's a slippery slope. You can flirt with somebody, right? And they respond to it, and their response to it can bring up something in you that feels good. It could fire off some neurons or some endorphins, I think is the word, as a chemical thing that we get that makes us feel good. It's the feel good drug inside of us, you know. Chest might feel a certain way, your lower region might feel a certain way, and who knows what can happen. So Suzette Walton, yes, we're saying. Some people are saying flirting is a form of cheating, but really at the end of the day, while it may not be cheating specifically based on our conventional definition, it can be the gateway. It's the door you open. And in there is the cheating. So the question is, do you even want to open that? Thank you, Melissa Graves. Do you want to open that door? Creaky ass door. If it opens, who knows? Most women feel flirting is cheating when their man does it, but many women engage in flirting is what? Absolutely. I know so many women that flirt. I don't know if April flirts or not. April's just outgoing. I think she gets misread sometimes. You know. So. That's why flirting is out of line. Okay, Karen, for some people, it's emotional cheating. Flirting is emotional cheating. Donna said, don't open that door. Yeah, you never know what's behind door number one. So that's why you have to be careful. You never know what's behind door number one. So Lisa, why do I flirt? I don't know. I'm gonna have to research that. I think to me, it's just another form of engagement that feels fun and good, and it's not attached to anything for me. And I'm just a natural flirt. So, but it's not. Here's the other thing. It's not an issue for my wife, right? It's not April. It's not an issue for April. So the question is really at the end of the day, is it an issue for the person that you're in a relationship or marriage with? And that I'm aware of is not an issue for April. At least she hadn't said so with me. Because she knows I'm just super outgoing in that way. And it is what it is. That's not a good response. It is what it is. It's not a good response. I'm just saying I have a very outgoing personality. I greet people in that way, blah, blah, blah. And April doesn't have a problem with it. Yeah, listen, Kai, so you say some people are insecure, but some people have reasons to be insecure. Like most people I know want security. When we say somebody is insecurity, it presumes a lack of security, and people want security. So is it attached to ego? Sabrina, you're asking a very good question. Probably. It might be. In my case, probably. I have a huge ego. I know that for a fact. But I know how to keep my ego in check. You have to remember, I'm in the entertainment business. I've been doing stand-up comedy for 25 plus years. And if you don't have a bit of an ego about yourself in this business, it's easily to get knocked down and broken. So if your male ego makes you feel as good as a man that you flirt women gives that attention. Okay, is that the attention he gets? And yes, Roy, yeah, April does flirt. Wait, what? Who said that? That's hilarious. Andrea, is it Andrea or Andrea? It's the attention he gets. And yes, Royale April does flirt. I could believe it. But it doesn't bother me. I don't care. Yeah, and again, so to T. Edwards' point, some people don't get enough attention from their significant other, and people want that attention. People want that attention. Folks, yeah, this is a good, interesting conversation today. Just the whole idea of flirting and what one's personal responsibility is in the space. It's just interesting to me. All right, I have to get back to work. Do I flirt in front of my wife? Is it Sherelle? I'm just an outgoing person. So when I say I flirt, I'm not trying to flirt to pick somebody up. I want to be very clear about that. I'm an entertainer. I'm a comedian. I'm out in the public space. So just to be clear, I'm not out like, oh, hey, baby. Hey, that's so disrespectful. I would never, ever do that. Okay, let me see. I see. Just try to catch one other person's. If I can. At the end of the day, I flirt and go home and break my husband's back. Whoa. Men pump me up. For him, it's the feeling of knowing you still got it. Well, all right then, Carlisha. Well, you about to say that. All right, so I got to break. I got to get back to the office. I got a lot of work to catch up on, but I did want to stop for a second to say hello to you all. Today is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm not sure if I'm traveling on Friday yet, but tomorrow for sure I'll try to find some time. If April gets off early enough tonight, if she's off by 7 and we can go live between 7 and 8, then we'll go live again tonight. But if not, then I'll be back tomorrow at some point. Deborah, April is at work. April is back at work. She works on can't remember the show she's on right now. Glow. She's on, I think, a Netflix show called Glow, but she does, for those that don't know, she does set costume for television and film. So she's on a TV show. She's at work. We need her to make that money. We got a lot of stuff to do. If you all haven't done so yet, please go to the website. Make sure you join the email list because that's how the notifications are going to start going out. If you've not purchased your After I Do t-shirt, I think we have 70 left. Get you an After I Do t-shirt. This is the first t-shirt. You're going to want to get you one. Don't be the person that doesn't have the After I Do one, because then we're going to move on, I think, to the Relationships, Love, and Laughter shirt, which is, I believe, is up next. But that's it for today. Y'all be well, be blessed. Tell a friend to tell a friend about April and Royale. Might have to get me a stand-in co-host while April is at work. April's not going to go for that. But we have some big things that we're working on, and we need you guys to stay involved. We love you all. We're always a click away. If you have questions for me and April, you can always inbox us. And who said no V-necks? This is the shirt I'm wearing today, so damn it, it's going to be a V-neck today. But I'll try to be back later today if April gets off. All right? So y'all be well until I see y'all the next time. All right, later.